Hey, you guys, I'm re-recording this video. I don't want to say the wrong things. I recorded it the first time, but I was like, I'm just going to say I have positive things. So starting off, this is my first time entering my photography or my work in a creative competition. And I won 3 silver. There was gold, silver, judge's choice, gold, silver, judge's choice, and then best in show, which I know the person who won it, so congratulations. But the ones I won were, I won Fun for Untitled. I'd won one for time lapse. And I won one for Psych Footprints. So I won 3. But I submitted 12 pieces, 3 won. And I'm going to tell y'all my first reaction, and then I'm going to tell y'all what people said, what people that I admire said to me as encouragement. So initially, when I got my awards, when I only got 3, I thought I would get more. So I was up there like, ooh, I'm going to get more. Because I submitted 12 because I really like my work, but, the judges, I don't think the judges understood my work, and that devastated me. I was like, maybe I should have illustrated what each piece meant. Maybe I would have gotten more awards. I don't know. So I was devastated. I was ungrateful. I was devastated. Even if I didn't win Best in Show, I wanted more awards. It's like, you think your work is great until somebody judges it and you're like, well, maybe it's not that great, but let me finish. Don't be like, you gotta let me finish, because you're like, wait, what? This is what my initial response. So I was devastated. But that reminded me back when I was in middle school and I played volleyball, and my coach would get on me and be like, you need to have good sportsmanship. Just because you don't play the game doesn't mean you're any less a part of the team. You're still there. You're on the team for a reason. So that's why that brings me back to today. My mom and Miss Kathy, my mom Lolita Hunt, after I won my awards, my mom was like, you should be grateful. And see, that's what I'm saying. Initially, I was ungrateful. And my mom said, you should be grateful because there was other people who submitted their work, and there was other people who didn't get awards, but you got an award, and they chose you. And another thing, my initial response, what I should have did and what I will do in the future, no matter whether I win or lose, I will have good sportsmanship, number 1. And number 2, I should have talked to the judges. I'm not talking about being a suck-up. I'm talking about, look at these pimples on my face. I should be talking about this video. My face looks so fat. I'm going to lose the weight. But back to the point. I should have had better sportsmanship. I should have congratulated my peers. I was focused on me, and focused on my devastation that I didn't see the wins in everybody else's work. It's not all about me. And every moment in life. So I'm not going to lie. I'm glad I lost, because it teaches me how to not be a sore loser, but be a win loser, meaning you appreciate the other people who have won, because they are gifted in their own right. Just because you don't win doesn't mean that you're any less of important, but don't look at yourself and think that you're better than anybody else, because you're not. That's what it's kind of hard. I'm trying to say the right words, but I don't want anybody to construe what I said. That's why this is my second time recording this video, because I was like, I don't want people thinking any type of way. But then I think to myself, whether I say the right thing or the wrong thing, everybody's going to they're obligated to their opinion, and they're going to think I'm trying to down it out. I'm just trying to say that, and whether you win or lose, be grateful for that loss and their loss or that win, and keep going. Don't stop, because the loss doesn't define you. The win doesn't define you, because you can submit your work to somewhere else and it could be a completely different results. But it's up to you to not allow it to get you down and be faced with imposter syndrome. So I appreciate winning my awards. I will be getting frames for these awards, and I'm going to hang them up because I'm going to remember where I started, because this is where I started. It's not how I finish. You know, it's not about how you start. It's about how you finish. So, yeah, my mom telling me you got to be grateful. Like, I didn't want to shake the judge's hands. And my mom was like, here, look, hear how you sound. She was like, hear how you sound. She was telling me, my mom and Lolita Hunt, she was telling me, like, listen to how you sound. You could have lost. You could have won nothing. You need to be grateful. You need to be thankful. Miss Kathy, the same way, she was saying, you need to be grateful. You need to be thankful. And I appreciate having people in my ear telling me the right thing instead of people in my ear telling me the wrong thing. Like, I was thinking about the movie Behind the Lights when the girl got second place or third place and her mama threw away her trophy. I'm glad I don't have a mama that's like that. I'm glad I don't have Miss Kathy, who I consider my mentor. I'm glad she's not like that. I'm glad I have people in my corner who show me what's right and what's wrong. You always need people that's going to show you what's right and what's wrong. So I'm glad I have those people. And congratulations to everybody in the people who won the Best in Show for the high school division and the college division, the collegiate division. So congratulations to everybody. And yeah, and also today I went to a brunch, and at the brunch there was a digital artist, and her work was very beautiful, and it was very deep, and I loved it. So I followed her on Instagram, and I hope she follows me back. And that's the digital art is what I want to do. I want to do digital art. I want to like illustrate different things. So I want to do digital art. Yeah, I want to do digital art. So this is my work. This is my words, but digital art. I'm gonna frame these. I'm trying to put these in places so I don't damage them. I'm gonna frame them so that I remember them. But what else? Tomorrow is church, and I'm going to the symphony tomorrow. I'll tell you how tomorrow goes. Right now, I'm about to do a little bit of homework. I mean, not homework. I'm working on this internship. I had watched the Thunderbolts. The Thunderbolts was good. First, it started out slow, and then it sped up. But I liked how it started off slow and it sped up, and I like that they have a theme about mental health awareness, because my project for senior project is mental health awareness. So I'm just like, yeah, I love that. My face is so chunky. I can't wait to lose this weight. But I love the theme of mental health awareness. I love it a lot. Mental health awareness. So, yeah. But I'm not gonna say I wasn't devastated, because I mean, I feel like everybody, when you lose, you feel devastated. I probably wasn't the only one, but that's what I'm trying to say is be happy for other people. It's not always about you, Izzy. And this is not just a lesson for me, but it's a lesson for everybody out there. And don't let that loss define you. If you read my book, Prevail Despite the Odds, I gotta read my book. When I publish that book, I'm gonna read it. I'm going to make it a mission to read that book, my own words, because it's like I know everything, but it's just like applying what you know. It's like going in the classroom, learning everything, but then it's time to get out in the field. Like, it's like going in the classroom, they teach. I'm going to put this as an example, but don't get offended. Like, say you go into the classroom, they teaching you how to shoot a gun, right? And you in there and you learning how to shoot. They even have you having target practice. You can be like Brave, how she used to shoot with the arrows, bow and arrow. You can do that. But then when it comes down to competition time, or it comes down to getting out in the field and, okay, it's time to shoot your target. You get scared and you shoot it and you miss. But during target practice, during training, you was aiming at the head, at the heart, at the leg, at the knee, dead places. But when it was time to get out in the field and actually put what you learned to the test, and that's me. Like, I learn a lot, but then when it comes down to getting out in the field and actually doing it, I get scared. I get nervous. It takes me a long time to do something because I want it to be so perfect. I get in my head. I overthink things. Like, I get in my head and Yeah. Yeah, I get in my head, I overthink things, and I don't know. So that's the important thing, is being able to do both. Being able to, that's what I'm saying, when it comes down to when it's time to shoot, I get scared. Like, I'm not telling you to go shoot people. That's why I said, I'm using this example. This is just an analogy for just life. Like, you can practice all day, but when it comes to getting out in the field, it's another example. Like, you sing in the studio and you have this beautiful voice, oh, and I can tell you like I know, and you just sing, right? And then it's time for you to get out in the field and sing on the stage, and then you get stage fright and you run off the stage and everybody's looking at you like, what happened? And then everybody starts thinking, well, she can't sing. It's like, no, it's just she's scared, or he's scared. So that's me when it comes to my work. That's why it takes me so long time to do it, because I wanted to be perfect so bad. So when I didn't win, when I submitted 12 pieces and only 3 got them, it devastated me. It devastated me a lot. So it made me feel like a failure and like I wasn't enough. And like, but everybody's not going to see the world like you see the world. But just because they don't see it like you see it doesn't mean you stop. You change. Keep going, because one day somebody will see you. One day will see you, and you can be the change. You can be the change. And be you. My mama always say, dare to be different. I always be the one that different. Like, remember that movie with the one that Taraji played in, with the little girl who used to, like, in high, it's like when we little kids we dream big, but then when we become adults we conform ourselves to society instead of the other way around. And I think it's called Little Woman or Big Woman, or Look Who's Talking, or Men Talk, or Women What Men Want, or something. It's a movie, and she's in there and she is an adult, and then she goes back to being a little girl, and how she had these big dreams and stuff, but nobody could see her vision. And then when she grew up, she's this high top businesswoman. That's what I'm saying. But she was different. But see, when people didn't accept her difference, she became cold. And that's the thing. Don't become cold. Like, I didn't shake those judges. Well, I didn't go and talk to the judges. I just went off because I was upset because they didn't choose me. So I was like, why should I talk to them? And then my mama was like, you hear how you talking? And see, that's why I said I'm glad I have people in my corner that check me. I'm glad I have that, because if I didn't have that, where would I be? It would be all about me, and I wouldn't see my right foot from my left foot. I need people in my corner who check me, because what's that word? The Lord disciplined the one that he loves, or that's God. I'm just saying, but parents discipline the ones that they love. And I'm glad that I'm able to say that I've had a mom, the mom that I do, and Miss Kathy too, because they were saying the same thing. But sometimes I like to hear it from my mom. I'm not gonna lie, I like hearing it from my mom, and I wish my mom was there tonight. I wanted my mom to be there. I really wanted my mom, because I remember telling Miss Kathy, man, I wish my mom was here, because I just want my mom to be proud of me. And she told me she is, but I just want her to be proud. I don't want to be a disappointment. But that's another story for another day. So this is the end of this video. So everybody be thankful for wherever you at in life, and congratulate those who win, because one day it'll be your turn and you want people to congratulate you. Okay? All right? And even if they don't. And then, what was my poem I said? People follow the hype, not unrelated to this. This is a poem that I submitted to class. People follow the hype, not the chosen one. I walk in, sit down with my hands behind my head. Everyone exchanging blows, but I know my God will never fold. I don't want to be the people's champion. Something else. It's a good poem. It's called Let Me Speak. It's in my poetry book. But I got to keep working at it, because I want it to be perfect. I want it to be perfect. But yeah. All right, this video it's been 15 minutes. And you guys will see the poem Let Me Speak in my book that will be coming out later this year called Black Lazari Through Concrete. All right? Okay? All right. My face is so chunky. Oh, God. And I got these pimples. I got this one right here. And then I'm on TMI, too much information. But I'm on my womanly cycle. And when I'm on my womanly cycle, I get pimples on my face. My face breaks out. So, and that's another thing I noticed, like when I'm getting close to my cycle, I break out more. So I know, like, yeah, it's coming. Or do any of you women experience this? I know this is TMI, but do any of you women experience this? Like before you have your period, you experience these huge cramps. I noticed that before I have my period, like I experience cramps, like, and that's a big huge sign. Like I experience bad cramps before my period starts. That's like a sign that it's about to start. But then I do experience that because yeah, women, you do experience it. Now that I think about it, you do experience it because when you're having your period, you have cramps. But I'm talking about like they're really intense cramps that I get before my period starts. Like it's like the cycle is beginning. So do anybody relate to that? And I know this is off topic. And I know that's too much information. And y'all probably didn't cut the video off. If you made it to the end of this video, I want you to put loss down in the comments. Loss. Because loss. Just be loss. Loss to win. Loss to win. That's what I want you to put. Loss to win. Hashtag loss to win. Every time you lose, I want you to put loss to win. Meaning, just because you lost doesn't mean you're not going to win the next day. Or just because you lost doesn't mean that you didn't win. You have tomorrow is not promised, but it's still there. Tomorrow is not promised, but it's still there. So loss to win. Hashtag loss to win. I can't wait to get this chunky face out the way. I can't wait. I want to lose weight so bad. But hashtag loss to win. And know that you can prevail despite the odds and you are an overcomer. So, hashtag Pittsburgh State University. Bye.